What's up, welcome back to Nowstalgia. Dave here with a review of XG's The Core, the first full-length album from this group. Of course, XG, seven-member group, has had a meteoric rise last year. Since the Awe, EP, first official project of any substance, really came out from the group in November 2024. It was really off to the races, I think, for XG. Coachella look in 2025, just a pretty big rise in general. And of course, that was far from the first, XG music we had got, but it largely been a lot of singles and single albums and things like that. But what was noticeable to me with that last record was that XG, I think, had really found stuff that really worked for them sonically, musically, and you get that commitment to those strengths quite impressively on The Core. With their first full-length album, The Core, XG has clearly found their sonic and musical strengths and is quite impressively delivering on those with banger after banger. XG makes major dance and club pop hits and is able to weave in really compelling and strong rap talent into just a lot of songs that really grab you and really work. I also find it quite interesting with their general unique status as a Japanese managed act that is catering to a lot of K-pop fans. With such an established and successful sound after only a few years into the game, I find XG pretty peerless. They really don't have any competition in terms of groups that are doing what they're doing. And I just find that incredibly exciting because I think these songs are really cool and are really, really going to last. And frankly, it's hard not to be excited about what XG is doing because when the vision and the talent mesh as well as it is right now, the results are speaking for themselves. After a brief instrumental intro, you get the lead single, Gala, which is a dancey, up-tempo breakbeat, just a complete club record. And I think about back to Awe, right? Something Ain't Right, If You Know, You Know. Those are the songs for me that made XG completely click. And they took those songs and why those songs work and kept that going with The Core. And it's not that they're forgiving or forgetting the fact that they got some real good rappers in this group. No, that's still here as well. I think the rap verse shows up quite quickly on Gala, but I think it works quite well. I think the pre-chorus, that shift that it does is cool, and the chorus on this song is actually quite subtle. It's largely kind of letting the drums run and the instrumental do its thing, but this beat is just really good. Turn this Met to an ex-Gala is a great line as well. This is a song that really grew on me, and I'm quite impressed with. The next song, Rock the Boat, I think this one's also kind of a bop. Playful, light vocals here, almost R&B vibes, I guess you could say. The only problem I have with it, I think the chorus is just okay. It doesn't quite get there for me. I think the verses are quite good, and this is also one of the few times I think where an XG rap verse or verses feels maybe a bit tacked on. Usually it's quite seamless. Take My Breath, this is a big highlight for me. Again, dancey, up-tempo beat. Furthermore, this is the XG found their sound. This is the song. The chorus, is it underwritten? I think it is. I need more than just that repetition, but everything else is so good about this song. I think the post-chorus vocals are actually quite interesting with that call and response, and the rap verses, they're levitating. They sound so good on this. I think No Good is a pretty noticeable downshift with these kind of snaps going on, more of a bedroom jam. Hypnotize, another big highlight for me. I love the way the beat builds over this rhythmic piano. Very impressive production. And when it finally does its drop, it's a very dancey beat. Kind of classic XG all over again. And I think these verses are just gliding all over this beat. And it's a sparse chorus again, but I think it's just working because these instrumentals are so impressive. And I like the outro breakdown you get at the end there. Up Now, very noticeable kick drum. Bit repetitive again on the hook. I think that's a clear theme with this album, but the verses pop a lot as that beat kind of settles into the background, and then the beat will come back up and get bigger again as the song ebbs and flows. It's pretty groovy. ORB obviously reads Bro. What a swing. What a really cool and compelling song because it's just out of nowhere. Punk guitar specifically out of nowhere. Moments on this remind you of Blink-182 and Avril Lavigne, frankly. Pretty tame. You know, it's not like the most punk thing ever. But calling your girls bros, saying fuck on this, first time this group's ever cursed, cursing in general, not very common in the general K-pop space, J-pop space. I respect the swing. Do I necessarily want more of this from this group? No. But it's cool to hear this level of genre experimentation just because it really felt kind of out there. I respect it quite a bit. 4 Seasons, acoustic guitar, definitely a slow one. Really not for me at all. And then the last track, the outro, PS 118, kind of like a jazz rap beat, very subtle, and it's rap verses only. And I think that's a really cool way to do an outro on a group album like this. Yeah, man, XG. I want to see them live really bad. Coachella last year was an obvious opportunity. They did Head in the Clouds in New York a few years ago. I would love them to go on a more formal tour of the States at some point. I'm hoping that happens this year. XG, to me, they're peerless. I don't really know who you would compare them to right now in terms of the types of music they're actually making. And that's a really exciting place to be. So let me know what you think about XG's The Core. What songs jumped out to you about this? Are you as excited and happy about this group's progress as I am? Let me know what you're thinking. And for more music reviews, more K-pop reviews, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.